Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Cretoni Entertainment. As always, I am Chris, and we're going to do something exactly the same but completely different today. We're still working on the Hyperforce Rangers. We got the 2 painted here that we've already done from the last couple videos. We got the 3 more unpainted ones here. But we're going for a totally different vibe in studio today. Studio just being my dingy old game room. I am joined in studio today by a special guest. Bree is joining us today. Bree, say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Bree is I'm going to make this sound special. Bree's a fellow painter and a fellow gamer, and also she's my wife. So she's kind of obligated to be here on occasion. Hey, Bree.
You kidnapped me.
I didn't tell
Let me go.
Yeah, I didn't tell her what we're doing today, but we're doing a Hyperforce Ranger. Bree, which Hyperforce Ranger are we doing?
Blue Ranger.
You think it's Blue Ranger?
I'm going Blue Ranger.
Why do you say Blue Ranger?
Because I like blue.
You like blue. Okay, I didn't tell her. She knows that I haven't finished painting Hyperforce Red yet, but Hyperforce Black and Blue are done. Obviously, we're not going to be painting Hyperforce Pink because Hyperforce Pink has already been painted. So she's going to come out of this collection here momentarily. I don't know why she's there. I think I just wanted a group photo. As you can all see, I'm still using... Oh, she's gone. So she's out of here.
And then yellow. Bye, Jack.
Yeah,
bye.
Yellow's out of here. Black is out of here. And and I just admitted I didn't do red. So yeah, you guys are right. We are doing Hyperforce Blue. I kind of feel bad about that. But anyway, you see I got the new camera angle still. It's kind of a pain to paint with, but it's a lot better than the old camera angle. But Bree, we're going to jump right in. What color do you think we started with?
Ooh. Blue.
Ooh, you are very wrong. It is Citadel color, contrast, Black Templar.
I should have known it's a contrast paint.
I love contrast paints. They're fantastic.
It's talent in a bottle.
And we're going to use this medium brush here, and everything's speeding up. Everything's speeding up because otherwise this would be an hour-long video. Where's the fun? Look how fast I paint.
I wish you painted that.
That's actually legitimate. That's really how fast I paint.
That's not how fast you paint.
You don't even know. Anyway, Bree is a longtime painter of, I think we met when you were playing 40K predominantly.
Yep.
And I got you into Warhammer Fantasy, and fast forward, and we both kind of quit both of those games.
Mm-hmm.
But we play a lot of Heroes of the Grid with our 6-year-old. This game is phenomenal. We actually made an adult group, didn't we?
We did make an adult group, because that way when things go poorly and you say a wordy dirt, there's not somebody who looks at you and go, oh, you said a bad word.
But anyway, while we're all cursing at each other and drinking while we play Heroes of the Grid, you see we're doing the Black Templar all over the normal places in the Hyperforce Rangers. As usual, I'm not doing that little triangle of color with the black below it on the back of the suit. I think the seam in the shirt kind of around the back is still a better point.
Yeah.
But we're doing the boots, we're doing the arms, doing the gloves, and I'm doing the shaft of the spear. I came close. I came close on this spear. You don't know it. I don't know if I told you this. You might know it. I'm ignoring the weapon colors entirely.
No, but you had mentioned that. You had mentioned that you were
did I tell you that?
Yeah,
okay.
But I will say...
Well, it's on the other videos, too, but I don't think you watched the videos.
I skimmed them.
Skim them.
I skimmed them.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the best you're going to get at a marriage. He skims the videos.
No, but I like the decisions you've been making with the weapons, because it does kind of give them more of a unity to what's going on with the costume.
Well, they're all pretty close. They all basically use the primary colors. It's just the exact positioning is not what I've done the same. But anyway, we're coming close to the end of Black Templar, so I just want to make you aware of that before we transition. Anyway, the adult group that we play, first time we played, our buddy Tyler came over wearing a Green Ranger shirt and a green dragon dagger in his hand. I almost kicked him out. I hate the Green Ranger. We'll get into that in future videos. But anyway, we got the contrast black. We're going to step away from that. We're going to let it dry, and we're going to pull out the Citadel base Cantor blue. This is going to be our predominantly blue color. We're going to be a little more careful with this. We're not going to use the super thick brush. And just like all the other Hyperforce Rangers, this is going to go on the pants. It's going to go on the gauntlets. It's going to go on the helmet, and it's going to go on the shirt or the
jacket. It's a jacket.
The poncho.
Not a poncho.
It's not a poncho. The jumpsuit, the Star Trek: The Next Generation style jacket. You got to tug it down every time you stand up.
Only if you're the captain.
Well, I mean, he's the only one who cared about being prim and proper. But at any rate, those of you who have already turned off because I said I hate the Green Ranger, this is going to come up later. I'm going to have fun when we do Green Ranger videos.
You're going to get all the comments.
Yeah,
all the comments.
Well, I get like an average of 1 comment a video, so all the comments would be just fantastic, even if it was hate mail. I don't know why I do this, honestly. I have the most professional channel on YouTube, as I've joked. I just kind of shoot myself painting things. It's really not a very good channel. It's okay that you skim it. It's not fantastic, but that's okay. We have fun doing it. We're having fun painting these. Here's the good figures. We have a sponsor today. It's nobody. We have no sponsor.
Nobody's gonna pay you money to make this.
That's accurate. They might pay me money to stop.
I'd be like, sir, please, no more.
But anyway, we're doing this blue here. We're going to be a little sloppy with it, and you'll see our professionalism come into place as we go. As per usual, what I am doing, because I am lazy, I'm the laziest painter. I used to care. I used to care about my miniatures.
That's not true. Our 6-year-old is the laziest painter.
This is true. But I used to care. I did used to care. I used to do objectively higher quality miniatures back when I thought good painting miniatures mattered. Before I realized that the tabletop difference between a decently painted everyman miniature, that 3-foot fabulous, and a top-notch miniature is...
You and the Golden Demon is...
It's pointless. It's absolutely pointless because I just want to make figures to play with. But I've said it a million times on this channel, that's what we're doing. We're doing everyman paint job. So I do like a base and I do like a highlight and I call it a day.
And I will say this to those who gamers without children, you will find that your dedication to having a Golden Demon level paint job disappears when your beautiful bouncing little bundle of joy picks it up, throws it on the floor, and then smiles and laughs at you. It really makes that whole 24 hours worth of paint that you put onto that model just seem fruitless.
I used to get it. I don't get it anymore. I used to get the 24-hour paint job. I really do. Now I'm like, if I can paint a mini in an hour and a half, I still have, in that 24 hours, I still have 22 and a half hours.
Yeah.
I could play Metal Gear Solid 1 3 times in that length of time.
I could read several books, probably, if I was uninterrupted in that time.
I could watch the entire Lord of the Rings. I don't, but I could watch the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy in that time. I should.
Lies.
It's not. No, it's not lies.
Watch it.
I would watch it, but I don't. I haven't watched it. God, it's almost a year.
That's not true. We tried to watch it with the 6-year-old, and then he was all like,
"Yeah, but if it was
nope,
anyway, that's not Power Rangers. Really.
No.
We should really talk about what we're here for."
Yes. Okay. So you're putting the blue still on the areas of his jacket.
Poncho.
Still a jacket.
I like Eddie.
Best.
I like Eddie.
I like Eddie too.
Yeah, I see Eddie gets a lot of hate. I think his name is Eddie. Eddie gets a lot of hate on the main Facebook group as kind of being a boring ranger. He's definitely a support ranger. Most of the blue rangers are support rangers. I think he's kind of fun. I played him once. I got to admit that. I played him once, but I had fun playing him.
The most of the blue rangers are support rangers. But you know my feelings. I still hold to the fact
that Magna Defender is your favorite ranger.
No, that he is the single worst game I've ever had of Power Rangers.
I mean, it's not my fault that you're a bad player with Magna. I actually haven't played Magna Defender yet. I have nothing to say about that.
Yeah, shh.
I love Gold Ranger. Gold Ranger is a lot of fun.
Ooh, I think we are coming up on the end of the blue.
I mean, we're still a little ways away, but we're coming close to the end of the blue, and we're going to set it aside to dry. And it's going to be so good. This next step is going to be just fantastic.
Is this your silver step?
Probably, yeah. What I was doing with these, and I don't think I told you this either, I was doing a basic paint, and then I don't want to call it good paint because it's not good. It's just one additional highlight. But I did basically a paint where we could say, hey, we could walk away at this point if we don't want to do another step. And we're coming up on that point. So as you see, we just got to do the blue on these pants. And I still like the Hyperforce uniforms. I think they're neat. Actually, they remind me of? They remind me of the brick red Star Trek uniforms from the first 6 movies because they have that kind of fold over across the chest.
Yeah.
But like I said, I like Eddie. Eddie's a fun ranger to play. At least he was in that one game. And the Serpent Hyperzord is pretty cool, taking dudes out of the fight. But anyway, we're finishing up with this blue here. We got a nice extreme close-up, Wayne's World style here. I'll put him down. We'll let him dry, and then we're going to come back and do our Citadel Layer Runefang Steel. This is the brightest silver Citadel makes. I've mentioned him a million times already. It's not been a million. I don't say anything that much. I say that much. I actually say I got to work on that.
Yeah.
You can use any paint you want. It doesn't have to be the Citadel brand. I see this conversation come up a lot on the Facebook about what primer should I use and what paint should I use and what brushes I should use.
It's up to you, man.
If you're not doing a painting competition tournament level model, it does not matter.
It doesn't.
It really. I mean, I could do these with 50-cent craft paints. I'm not going to do these. I could. Hey, if anybody wants to send me a box, nobody does because nobody watches these videos. I get an average view time of 3 minutes of video. They give up and they leave. It's kind of funny. If anyone wants to send me a box of Rangers, or I will paint it with 50-cent craft paints and show you that there's functionally no difference between these. God, what is Citadel up to? $5 a pot, $6?
Yeah.
I don't even know what it is.
Yeah.
I just buy it. I don't look at prices when I buy things. It's actually a problem. Anyway, you don't need to use Citadel paints. You don't need to use Army Painter paints. You don't need to use Vallejo paints. You could do this with 50-cent craft paints. You're going to be thinning them a little more. You're going to be doing more coats because you don't want to obscure the detail. But guys, none of it matters, especially if you're doing an everyman paint job. You don't need a $17 can of Citadel primer. You don't need I don't know what it is, $12 or $13 can of Army Painter primer.
Yeah.
You can get a $4 can of Krylon 2X. I use the perfect gray predominantly because it's a neutral color.
try to go matte finish if you can find it.
You can do satin. Satin works for a primer. It's not as good as a matte.
Don't go gloss.
But it's, I've actually done gloss before. When I couldn't get the color I wanted any other way, I made it workable by actually using a medium. I just painted a clear medium on it before I did anything. It dulled it down.
Okay.
It's not, that's not an everyman thing. That's slightly more complex. Like working on this helmet. I hate working on the helmets. You guys use the tiny brush. You got to be real careful. But you don't need all that fancy stuff. You don't need a $10 brush. My favorite brushes, the best brushes I use, and I think this one I'm using here is one of them. It came out of like a $4 pack of crap brushes.
Yeah, that's the set from Michaels. Hey, anybody from Michaels?
That's either the Michaels or the Walmart set. I'm not sure. I buy them from both places. Like I said, I see this a lot. I see people talking about, oh, you have to do this and you have to use this. And you don't, especially if they're playing pieces. You can get a good result without going this far. You don't have to get these expensive hobby paints. It's a hype. It honestly is. Mm-hmm. It's a hype and it's a racket. And I'm going to get a lot of hate from some people about that. But the reality is that's exactly what it is. This is coming from 20 years of wargaming experience and painting miniatures, guys. I'm not making this up. This is not bullshit. I shouldn't say that. I don't think I can say that on the channel. No. I think we just got censored.
I will say this. I have spent lots of money on presents for Chris over the years of hobby paint presents. So nice places to put his brushes and really pretty little pots of paint that I found and like cool things where he can mix his own paints and stuff like that. He doesn't use half of them. Actually,
I don't even use my palette properly.
Yeah, no. It is, he gets the quality he does from experience and just eventually hitting that point where you're like, okay, this is what I intend on doing.
It's just too many hours leaning over miniatures. I have been asked about or commented that I couldn't get into the smallers. You can get into the smallers. Just get a smaller brush. Find a way to brace the miniature. I mean, you see, I'm bracing it with my fingers. Really, I should be using like a stand or something, or I should be using like some blue tack to put this on like a stick or something. Ranger on a stick. I like it. I don't, because I've just gotten comfortable painting miniatures quickly this way over the years. And you'll notice I constantly will put a finger from my paintbrush hand or a couple of fingers on the miniature to brace it. Of course, some people would say, don't do that. You're going to get your oils on the miniature from your hands and it's going to ruin your paints. Guys, it's never ruined my paints. But again, I'm not doing trophy level painting. I'm never going to try to do trophy level painting on this channel. This is an everyman painting channel. You can all do this. This is
I don't think you even have the patience to try to do it.
I don't anymore. I did. There was a time.
There was. When we were first together, you absolutely would put that time in.
I don't care anymore. No. I just want good looking. I want to paint lots of miniatures is what I want to do. I have lots of miniatures to paint. But I want to paint lots of miniatures. I don't want to paint perfect miniatures. But I think we've beaten that horse to death. And I think the most important thing we can say is, God, I hate Tommy Oliver. We're going to have fun painting Tommy's Rangers. I've been avoiding it. I've honestly been avoiding it, guys. You know what? Let's make this a thing. I'm going to keep avoiding Tommy's Rangers. I know I did Dino Thunder Black because I figured that'd be easy. I just used the Citadel Black contrast and I got them out of my hair. I'm going to keep avoiding the Tommy Rangers until I start seeing more likes and comments. He's going to go to the back of the line until I get more likes and comments in these videos. There's 52 of you who subscribe. There's probably like one of you who watches. We can get more than one comment a video.
You know, he's really actually hoping that you guys will not comment just so he can keep avoiding it. He really is hoping that.
God, Tommy's so terrible.
Like, our 6-year-old adores Tommy Oliver.
He's 6. He's not a good referee of character.
He loves the Green Ranger. And
I have nothing against the Green Ranger. I don't like Tommy Oliver. I like Barai.
I
like Barai from the Sentai. I've never even watched the Sentai other than clips, and I like Barai better than I like Tommy.
Well, he was an alien.
No, he wasn't. I don't think he was.
He was
I thought the premise was like they were all like dinosaur people who had a coma for thousands of years and woke up to fight.
What's that one? Oh, and it was the other one where they
Bandura.
And it's another one where they're all aliens that have gotten put into other people's bodies. Guys, the Sentai storylines get really complicated.
We don't actually know them. We've seen clips, and I think we filled them in our brains. We're probably making most of this up.
I've read some of the synapses. They're complicated.
That's way more effort than I put in there. It's way too much effort.
Bathroom reading.
I mean, if you're reading about Tommy Oliver, that belongs in the bathroom.
So you're about done with...
Yeah, we're coming up on done, and here's where it's going to get fun. This is done. This is a done miniature. We could call this complete. We've got our black, we've got our blue, we've got our silver. It looks like Hyperforce Blue.
Yeah.
We're not going to call that done. We're going to highlight it. And here's where my professionalism really kicks in because, guys, I don't know what happened. I lost the whole segment of clip where I did the highlight. So we're going straight to the base and have it on black. I don't know what happened.
Do you even remember what color you used?
Yes, it was Calidor Sky. It was
Okay.
Citadel Layer Calidor Sky. You can actually see while I'm doing the black on the base what I did with it. And if you've watched any of the other videos, it's the same basic concept. I took a look at the creases where the blue is. I've avoided saying this word the entire time, but let's be honest. There's a prominent crease by everybody's crotch, and there's a prominent butt crease by everybody's butt.
Butt crease.
Behind the knees, the smaller the back. Obviously, on the helmet, you have those raised areas.
Around the biceps.
And then I just paint that. I just paint that the lighter color, and I leave the darkest color underneath. And it's not great, but it's good. It's fantastic. Anyway, like and subscribe. There's our blue Hyperforce Ranger. Thank Bree for being here. Hit that bell button for notifications, and we will see you next time on Morphin Monday.
Bye.